Hi, Holly.
Hiya.
Here's your food parcel.
When you've nothing, small mercies can mean everything. This is Holly Sargent's umpteenth food parcel. She first applied for Universal Credit 8 months ago. She's still waiting for her first payment. Without her mother's help, she'd be destitute. How have you got by beyond your mother? What else have you had to do?
Stuff.
She's sold everything she owns. She's sold everything. She's sold her telly. She's sold her mobile phone. She's sold everything.
So why have you got a telly in the corner that doesn't work?
Because it makes it look more homey. Done like a gap, like something's missing.
Holly sold her working TV to make £40. This broken one came from a friend.
Basically, the next thing to go is going to be the sofa. And I'll be sitting on the table.
Admin failures with Universal Credit, problems at the job centre and Holly's vulnerable mental health, all contributing to 8 miserable months.
As a parent, it's soul destroying to listen to your daughter on the phone telling you she's starving. I'm sorry. And not being able to physically help her.
The problems now with Universal Credit were predicted in the Welsh Valleys 3 years ago. A housing association here took part in a government-commissioned research project which showed just 6% of housing benefit recipients had any savings. The social housing provider warned ministers people would struggle to go weeks without money.
They knew it in 2014. It's inexcusable really that in 2017 we've got a ship that's sailed on in terms of Universal Credit full service coming in, but the lifeboats haven't yet been built and they're only now being launched after the event.
For charities tackling poverty in one of the poorest areas in Britain, Universal Credit is yet another challenge. Daily, they meet the families who simply can't cope.
These people are suffering and we shouldn't be having that. So people like us need a voice. Stand up for everybody and stop it.
Hi, Holly.
Back at Holly's flat, her support worker Beth arrives to begin another Universal Credit claim.
This will be the 10th claim and she's had no money since February, nothing at all. Every time I see Holly, you can see a little bit more has changed in her and that's awful to see. I'm there to help and I physically am struggling to help her.
Holly's lack of money means her son, who lives with her mum, is no longer able to stay the night. What's been the worst part for you?
Not being able to see my son.
I can't sit and watch this for much longer. It's horrific.
It's come to a point where my child doesn't even know who I am.
And all she's asking for is £54 a week.
Well, Michael, it's just harrowing to hear that story. I mean, Universal Credit, simplifying the benefits, was generally welcomed by most. So what's gone wrong?
And it still is. The principle is still welcomed by most people in need for that very reason. It simplifies the benefit system and brings 6 of them into one monthly payment. Now, what the government are saying is that for the vast majority of people it is working well, that they are being paid within the expected 6-week period, that they have evidence that it is moving people into work faster and keeping them in work longer than previous benefits would have done. And if you are in a job and move on to Universal Credit, then you have potentially got some savings. The problem they are having is with the most vulnerable people who are currently on some benefits, who can't work or either can't find work. When they apply, their benefits stop, and then they typically have to wait up to 6 weeks for that money. And what they are finding is that these people simply can't cope with that length of time. And that study I referred to, that was a government commissioned study. So in 2014, the research was there to prove that people on housing benefit didn't have, the vast majority of them didn't have any money. Now what ministers are saying, look, if you're struggling for money, you can get an advance payment. But what is happening in a lot of places, I should say, is that people are saying we're not being told about this advance payment, and even when we get it, we have to begin to pay it almost immediately, leaving us financially short.
Okay, Michael, thank you.